This happened on the 16th of February this year.
This year?
Yeah.
So there you were, and you've worked for the St John's Ambulance for many years and teaching your...
I've been a member for many years, yeah.
So you were teaching your class, David, and what happened? When did you start feeling unwell?
It came on gradually, really. The class had only just started and I began to feel rather lightheaded. And so I sat down and started taking my pulse, which is a thing you don't do in front of a class, unless you've got some scenario in mind, you know. And Carol asked me, got up and asked me if everything was all right, and I told her it wasn't. She assisted me to lie down and raise my feet. And from that point on, I gradually became worse, and she gave me the first aid that I required.
Did you realise at this point that you were going into cardiac arrest?
I realised that I wasn't well and that my heartbeat was quite irregular, and that the possible outcome would be cardiac arrest, yeah.
First thing I thought, Carol, when I read this was you could imagine thinking, oh, this is a test. He's pretending to be ill to test us to see if anyone is going to do anything. So what was the first thing you noticed and why did you go to help?
Well, I did think it was a test because I was there as a refresher course, and David had said on a previous course that he sometimes does exactly this to see how people react.
Crying wolf.
Yeah, boy.
Precisely. So I did think that it was perhaps that. And then I saw his neck go really, really red, and I thought, you can't act that. That's the point when I went across and said, David, are you all right? And he said, no, I'm not.
Why was his neck going red, incidentally, if that is an indicator? Why?
I just knew it didn't
look right. Wasn't right. Something
That's
wasn't
all
right.
I knew.
Okay.
So what did you do at that point?
I went across, I said, are you all right? He said, no. I said, David, I've just got to double check. Are you acting? And he said, no, I'm not. And so I said, well, while we have time, because I was pretty certain I knew what was happening, and I said, while we have time, let's just talk this through.
David, what was happening? You had to talk this through with Carol. You had to give a tuition, but you could have been dying as well. What were you feeling?
Well, there's every possibility that I guess that I was dying, but, well, I was going towards it anyway. I wasn't feeling very much, really. I was feeling very much, it sounds stupid, very much part of the group still. This was happening to me, yes, and it was just like things that were happening. I was telling Carol what was going on. And
well, what was going on is you were having a heart attack.
That's right, but I was getting no pain, you see.
No pain? Why?
Well, you can get a heart attack without any pain whatsoever.
Really?
But then he stopped breathing, I presume, because you had to do CPR.
Well, that came, of course, I had no idea of what was happening at all.
Had you done CPR before?
Only on the dummies, with David showing us how to do it.
So that a very terrifying experience for you?
Yes, but when the pressure is on, somehow the adrenaline kicks in, and if you know the stuff anyway, then actually you sort of know what you should do.
And David, you must have been very proud of her for that, because that is the training. That's what a lot of professionals say, that whether you're an aircraft pilot, whether you're a soldier, whether you're a nurse, the training kicks in.
Yeah.
So you were proud of her?
Well, yes. She, despite the fact she was really uptight, and why not, she did the right thing, because here I am.
How long did you have to work on?
Well, I'm not very sure, because it's like time stops where that sort of pressure is on. None of the others could really rebuild it for me either and tell me, but I do know that I counted to 40, but I'm not sure how many times, and I'm not sure why 40 either.
You obviously did it. You obviously did it very well.
And you got a certificate for it. You got a big certificate.
No, he still owes me a
stop
certificate.
it. Well, I mean, she did all that. You didn't give her anything.
No.
We have to do the course again.
Oh, for goodness sake. Don't worry, Carol. I've been on the case. We have complained, because we're learning how to complain today on the show. Carol Chu, you thought you were here today to do an interview, but in fact, this is your certificate. There you are.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And,
you know,
I think.
This is particularly poignant to me, because just 3 days ago on Sunday morning, my own baby brother had to be revived by an ambulance team. And thank you to that ambulance team in Belfast who carried out CPR on him today. So it's just amazing. It's why we should all be doing this course.
Yes.
And what motivated you to do the course?
I think it's partly because it's part of my job to know that sort of thing anyway, but you never know when this actually might unexpectedly happen.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, what do? Sit there while somebody dies in front of you. But even if you're not sure what you're doing, you've got to do something.
And could I ask you, does that create a special bond now between you, to know that your life was saved, to know that you saved his life?
Well, it must do, but then we're both Christians anyway, and we have a bond that's already there, like brother and sister.
Okay.
But yeah, there's extra meaning as well. Yeah.